Hey everybody, it's Wednesday at 7:30. That means it's time for the AXE+ARCANA fantasy adventure game. How's everybody doing? Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Turn down this market a little bit. Still oh. I don't know why it's loud. Everybody gotta do a little fixing. How's everybody feeling tonight?
Hey, all right.
Awesome.
So good.
Ready to escape my reality into it, everyone.
I'm sure.
One full of hope and joy.
Hey, pretty hard.
I'm short of hand. Damn it, smarts, but I think I'll be all right.
Alright, since the audio is all working, let's go to performance mode. Alright, gang, welcome to tonight's game. When we last left off, our heroes had just returned to the lands of Ambrosia, which have fallen under the reign of William Wisp. Our heroes are wanted for aiding the wizard Barris, and they have been hiding for the past 6 months in a magical train pulled by an airship that has been stealthing itself. They've been surviving through sneaking into city, sending Waddle the monk into city to get supplies. Bado, our cleric, would go into the forest and harvest goods. And everything was going okay. On one day, you guys stopped off for one of your good procurement sessions when you met up with the druid, the goblin druid Gus, who will be joining us shortly. Upon meeting Gus, you noticed something strange in the woods. As it started to approach, you decided to get into your train and take off when you noticed some ships on the horizon. Your train took off with these 3 sort of skiffs, these whizzers, in tow, and it was bands of thwart hogs, these pig-like mercenaries. They started attacking your ship, and it came out that they were after your prisoner Kyrus. You were keeping in the back train. You were able to shake off the thwart hogs, but Kyrus escaped. Your wark train took damage, and the bard Dusk had his right arm cut off, and he lost it. And he
Yow! The whole arm?
No, just my hand.
Just his hand. At some point.
Just my hand at the below my wrist.
Right hand, right?
I think my right hand just at the wrist. Yeah.
So Waddle the monk, who had been going into town, able to keep a low profile, said he might know a place where Dusk could get his missing limb looked at, and that is where we left off.
Hey, I'm here, by the way.
Hey, Gus, welcome to the Internet Broadcast System.
Sorry, I'm a minute late.
That's okay. We just did our quick little recap. Gus actually is the only person who would not be wanted because Gus is a new character, our goblin druid friend. So, let's get my notes right here, and let's get started. You're about to head into a city where magic is against the law, and most of you are wanted persons. Would you do anything in anticipation of these facts?
Is it well known that people are on the lookout and actually using detect magic to find people using magic? Or it just can't be hyper visible?
Are there like wanted posters of us? Do they know our faces?
There are wanted posters scattered about. It's one of those things where an average person would see it, but maybe not pay too much attention to it. Waddle, you know that people use magic low key, but if they get caught, there are fines and prison time for it.
In my equipment, I have a disguise kit and a costume. I'm gonna just throw on like a quick disguise or a cloak. Put a cowboy hat on.
Would
I'm
you
gonna throw a
roll-
cowboy hat on and wear some cowboy boots with spurs on them.
Excellent. So,
But they're like it's costume gear. So yeah.
all
Well,
right.
I check all my gear, make sure I got all my stuff packed up for a trip to the city. My go bag,
Yeah.
and have we rested before now? Like, is it like
your spells are
like-
back, your health's back, everybody's as tip top as you can be.
sweet? So I guess my primary concern is making sure that
Well, I was leaning. I remember, I was kind of leaning on you and going wherever you are to get my hand fixed.
right, yeah. So I guess my primary concern is getting Dusk taken care of and taken to the city.
Okay.
This is starting to get me something fierce. Waddle, where's your fella?
Well, sir, wait, I'm not cowboy talk.
This infection.
So we need to get to the city as fast as possible if we're going to take care of this wound. We don't want it to get infected or anything weird. I suppose suppose I ought to just make sure the rest of these guys that are going with us, everyone's going with us, right? Like, you guys are all signed on to check out the city.
Yeah, we need to go get that checked out.
So Velvet, being like one of the two magic users in the party, do you have how would you go about trying to go unnoticed? Or
That's a very
Bado
difficult
also.
statement.
I've been trying to think of that. Giant elephant person kind of sticks out.
So actually,
You
I
want to
have
pay attention
two.
to this.
Say
I
that
realize
again.
I have two.
Velvet,
Can I
what
say
were you
something?
saying real quick before I'll go to Dusk? Were you saying something, Velvet?
No, go to desk. Go to desk.
Dusk.
I have a costume and a disguise kit. Can I give my disguise kit to somebody?
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right, so I have a disguise kit up for grabs if anybody needs it.
What's the disguise?
It's. I think it's up to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This pouch, a pouch of cosmetics, hair dye, small props lets you create a disguise and change your physical appearance.
I really hoped you were going to say rodeo clown.
That's the only.
You know what? I'll take it. I'll disguise myself. I'll disguise myself as an older, attractive, single young mother, and let you in like baby's clothes, or can we find like a basket or something?
Can
you hear me?
Your audio's super cracked up for me. I'm so sorry.
It's almost
I'm sorry. I've got like my face to my computer. Be as close to the computer as possible.
Did that crack up for anybody other than me?
A little bit, yeah.
totally.
Yes,
There's
it
plenty
does
other
for me
words
too.
that are cutting through.
Can you hear me at all?
We can
Yeah.
hear you, but it's choppy.
I'm sorry. I don't know how to fix that
I know.
other than have the computer. I was saying that I should dress up as a young mother, and then we can dress up as a baby. We'd be a mother baby combination.
Wait, who is the baby?
Gus?
It's a combo.
Me? I'm down.
No, from I'm blanking out on your.
Waddle or Gus?
Well, who else needs to be disguised?
Bado. Bado would be the other one, the giant elephant person.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
He's a bit big for a baby.
My large baby. Right.
I love that idea.
That's all I got.
Golly, this not the mama. So Velvet wants to dress as the mama and disguise Bado as the baby.
Right.
That is one giant baby.
You're my big boy.
If anyone can sell this, it's Velvet.
I'm just sick and tired enough of the woods to go along with this plan.
All right, so your party gets dolled up in your various appearances. You kind of work through your backstory. And then you start hoofing it. You're maybe like a mile and a half outside of the city, over some hills and through the woods. You leave the work train behind. Leon and Bosch, your friends, are going to work on the repairs with the help of ID10T. He's going to stay behind and help. And when you feel like your disguises are up to snuff, you make your trek into the grand city of Ambrosia. I'm not sure if any of your characters had maybe been to the city before. I know Gus has not.
Yeah, this is the biggest, by far, civilization I've ever seen. It's like freaked out by it.
It's massive city with giant walls, a big portcullis, and a gate. When you guys took off, I mean, at the beginning of the game, a lot of your characters started in Ambrosia. I'm sorry, that's not completely correct. So as you've approached it now, the city looks changed. When you guys returned from your first season's adventure, all of the work technology and all of that stuff sort of converged with this realm. And so now you see this fantasy city, but there's augments of buildings. There's like lights that aren't magical but are sort of powered through this technology. Works used to be stones and crystals, but now it seems to have been refined to like thinner metals. And the sky has a green pallor to it, and there's just like a sense of unease as you approach the city, one that wasn't here before. It seems a little more downtrodden, less taken care of, as you start to make your way into these city gates. You notice the city guard has been replaced by these thwarthogs, these bluish pig people with their hook and spear weapons, and you realize they're all wearing like similar uniforms. So these creatures that were once mercenaries seem to look like they're the law of the land, sort of thing. And so our party enters the gates of Ambrosia. Waddle, since you are taking lead, I would like you to do an investigation check for me. So roll a d20 and add your investigation to that.
Okay. 13. Add what now?
It's an intelligence check. So add your intelligence modifier, and then if you're proficient, add a
One.
+3.
-1.
So what's your total roll?
13 -1 and add proficiency, so +3, so 15.
Oh, that's pretty good.
It's not the worst, considering I'm a dummy.
So as you guys enter the city, Waddle, did you change your appearance?
Not as such, not yet, no.
Okay. So as you guys sort of enter the city, you notice Waddle starts investigating, obviously. But he seems to his eyes start darting around and looking for patterns of clues of some sort, while the rest of you are kind of taking in the walls and the markets. Gus, you've never seen buildings of stone towering such heights. And so Waddle seems to be working on tracking down the direction he's supposed to go.
Yeah, I'm kind of hood's kind of up. Like I'm not really disguised, but I'm covering up the mushroom on my head, sort of clutching my stick really closely.
You'll occasionally get like somebody kind of glance at you up and down, and try to size you up. Your whole party. You'll notice a set of eyes look down at Gus and then look up at Bado. Look at Velvet. Look at Dusk. Look at Waddle, and everybody's just kind of looking at you distrustfully before they lose interest and go back to their everyday business, you know. Bado, you feel a tap on your back, and you say, hello, there, citizen. Where are you going? As a Thorthog guard basically asks you where you're going.
With my friends.
Your friends, huh? Who are your friends?
These guys.
So you guys notice that Bado's been stopped by a guard. He's like, oh, come here. And he kind of calls you all to come talk to him.
My baby, I've been looking for my baby. You're not supposed to wander away from me like that. Oh, you officer, I'm so nervous. Oh, my baby. There's my big boy baby. Thank God.
I'm sorry.
Your baby, huh? He looks at
Yes, this is my child. He's my special big boy. He's a sweetheart. He looks like a lot, but he's an innocent little soul. I bless his heart.
will you make me a deception check? Roll a d20. It's a charisma skill check.
All rides on this. Because I don't. The giant baby elephant person cannot.
I got an 18.
An 18. That's pretty good. I rolled a 13. Where did it go? I rolled over. So he looks you up and down. He's like, baby, huh? Well, keep an eye on your baby. And he kind of, he's like, I don't know how the hell that happened, but all right, get out of here. Go. And he kind of like
I do my best impression to toddle off.
Clomp.
Yeah.
You see him like turn around and start hassling like a street vendor. As soon as he's over this little deception.
I can't believe that actually worked.
Can I roll a perception check and see if there's any guards along the way we're headed?
Sure.
6 + 3,
9.
9.
So you're scanning for potential guards, and you don't see any, but marked in like an almost translucent purple paint, you see a thieves' cant. You see a message, like a little code, that reads "Safe House," and it's the sort of message you were looking for.
Ah, excellent. Hey guys, I think. What do you guys think if we head this way? And I got a place where we can maybe dodge the public for the moment.
Otto is very excited at the prospect of not repeating any interaction with the public.
I'm in a lot of pain, so I just kind of grunt and nod.
All right, so the storefront, you see there's a sign hanging outside. That says Clyto's Cobblers, Klyto. And it's got like a Wark text style tool hanging on the sign. So you shimmy through this this occupied marketplace. You kind of turn down a corner into an alley, and you walk into a shop. And the shop smells of like grease and like burning. We would recognize as like a burning rubber smell. And you walk in, and there is a gnome sitting up at the counter with all sorts of work augments. If you guys are watching the stream, I'm going to put the character drawing. Oh no, it's behind chat. Oh well. So gnome, they've got like an augmented eye, and then different fingers, like the thumb and the forefinger, are augmented tech. They're like prosthesis fingers. And she says, "All right, welcome to Clyto's. How can I help you?"
Guess,
Maybe can
I'm
I
gonna-
pass her like a note in with thieves' cant on it or something? Can I write a note real quick? Like,
Absolutely. What will your note say?
it would say something like we're not who you think we are, and we're in need of help. Can we make an arrangement to meet in secret?
She picks up your note and reads it. Sees
Signed,
this.
Waddle.
XOXO.
She reads it. She kind of looks around to make sure nobody's standing behind the doorway, and she says, "How many of you?"
And I signal just, I think, me and Dusk.
and I lift my covered stump.
Unless the rest of the party needs to come with us. I don't know. I mean,
Well, they followed
feel
in
we should go
behind
with
you. Sorry, go ahead.
okay.
If that came to, if people are actually talking about that, like, I think we should stay with you. We're not going to be any better. I'm not going to be any less conspicuous outside.
Fair point. So I signal to her, 4 or whatever party size we are now. I don't even
5.
remember.
Gus, Dusk, Water,
5.
Velvet, Bado.
And sometimes ID 10.
And sometimes ID 10 too. Oh, that's a good t-shirt. So she kind of looks you all up and down, looks at the note again, kind of holds it up to the light, And she nods her head to a hallway that has like a beaded curtain in front of it. And she's like, "Go around back. I'll meet you."
Thank you kindly.
I guess we follow Dusk.
So Dusk first.
I get it.
Yeah. I'm gonna
in the
amble on over, but painfully.
I can support him on the way.
I'm in the back because I get a little distracted by the beading curtain. I'm like slapping at it as I walk through it.
I'd be after, yeah.
Dusk waddle. Gus is in the back. Velvet, are you second to last or are you in the middle?
I'll be in the middle.
Suddenly realizing I probably should have investigated that can't sign. Kind of feels that way.
You recognized, you felt safe enough. You knew you were looking for a specific place, and this is about where it should have been.
Nice.
Your
Just
contacts
because
in
he's
this,
determining marching order doesn't mean anything bad.
Right?
your contacts, Waddle, made you aware of this place.
Fair enough. Good. So we're where we need to be.
So as you guys walk in, into the beaded curtain, the gnome yells in gnomish to somebody. None of you are gnomes, correct? No, Waddle's a halfling.
Yep.
He yells something at an assistant, another gnome in the shop. You get the idea. He's asking him to like watch the counter. So another gnome kind of runs past you in this tight little hall, kind of squeezes. Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me.
Gross.
Jumps up under the counter where Clyto was, and she comes around the corner, and she points down the hall, stairs to the left. And you see a couple of... there's doors on the right. You hear sounds of like repairs and machines kind of rolling. But on the left side, there's only the hall. Only the doorway at the end of the hall on the left. Would you like to continue down the hall and descend down the stairs at which this doorway leads?
We've already come this far.
Do I smell anything out of the ordinary? I imagine the smell of the shop is dissipated.
Make me a perception check there, Bado, with your elephant proboscis.
That is a 24.
So you smell through
I rolled 20.
This acrid metal and burning. You smell you smell like a mold coming from the end of the hall, like a faint whiff of it on a slight breeze, a slight current. You pick up notes of it.
Vague hints of mold.
Might just be an old room. All right.
All right, so Dusk, you're sort of at the top of the stairway, and there's torches in the sconces leading you down the stairwell. You make your way down, and we can turn off these layers. Turn these on.
Okay, I reach up for a torch with my right hand and then remember that I don't have one, so I feel extra sad and go, rats. Darn. And then I start, I'm not like hurt at the knee, but I'm injured, so I'm just like limping as I'm walking down the stairs.
You're in shock. Still.
Yeah. This hurts something fierce. This smarts.
Yeah, I think we said last time the cleric's spell like cauterized it.
Mm-hmm.
So you go to reach for the lamp, and it doesn't work. You continue down the stairway. You get to the end with a door, and the door says employees only. And you hear Clyto say, "Don't worry about that. Go on in."
Okay, I use my left hand to try and open the door,
The
and
door,
I go on in.
the door opens, and you see. So Stargrave, you notice there's a couple of gnome employees eating a snack and having a couple ales, and they look up suddenly because they weren't expecting anybody.
Gentlemen, we were told to come down here by your boss.
They kind of look, and you hear Clydo yell, "Go on, let him in!"
That's it.
The gnome on the right kind of looks at you, like, and then reaches under the table, and you hear something click, and the wall to the left of you opens up. As it opens up, you hear the sound of water. You guys want to put D&D Ambiance City Sewer in your background to change the market music?
.com.
.com. Let's see. Sorry, gang. One day I'm gonna have this all sorted out. All right. Oh, Pretty Heart Machine said it's dangerous to go alone. Here, take this. I'm gonna give everybody in the party an inspiration die, so everybody's got a free D20 to use.
Wow!
Gimme.
Thanks, Pretty Heart Machine.
Thanks, Pretty Heart Machine.
It becomes apparent that this was a front for a passageway that leads into an underground market. Waddle, you've heard tales of this market before from your contacts?
Right. This is that market I heard of, guys. I thought maybe if we poked around, we might find someone who could take care of Dusk here.
So Clydo hears that and is like, "No, stupid, I'm going to take care of you. We just had to... Your job's a little different than what I normally... Do you not know who I am?"
Oh, yeah, no, of course I do. I just, it's interesting putting a face to the name.
As the door shuts behind her, she introduces herself to the rest of you. She's, my name's Clyto Hef. I am an artificer, specializing in warp tech. And your friend here seems to know the writing of the streets, so he must have a good coin and want something. And he sees Dusk's missing hand and like, "You here to fix that? You here to fix that hand?"
That's precisely why I'm here, partner. And I approach with my right stump in full display, unwrap it for everyone to see.
So you guys are in a underground sewerway. You come down and you notice there's a sign above the secret door you just came in. It's written in a similar language that none of you, other than Waddle, can read. And then you hear the sounds of people, like conversations, talking, crowds of people echoing from everywhere inside of this sewer system. It looks nicer than just a plain sewer system. It looks like people have been kind of building up a marketplace down here.
As a side note, Gus is visibly excited to be down here as opposed to on the upper floor where he was like scared. He's just like, it feels like home to him, like a cave.
Yeah.
But with weird smell.
I'm like at the edge of the sewer, kind of dipping my hand in the sewer water to like lick it, and it's all great to him.
There's mushrooms
I'm
down
kind
here,
of
but not-
ignoring everything that you guys are doing and just like smelling things and touching things.
I sort of imagine Velvet just slapped her hand before the water got.
Velvet, as you've come down here, you've sensed some magic. You haven't felt magic in a while. These past 6 months, you've been kind of living on this train, and magic sort of outlawed. You, like when a chef smells food, or like when a smoker smells green in the air, you like get a hint that there's some sort of magic in this area.
Yeah. I whip my head around and I go, I can smell it. I can feel it. There's magic here. I can feel it in my biscuit.
Kaito says, "Oh, yeah, there's the magic market down that 2 rights. If you want to go look. Oh, I guess none of you. Let me welcome you to the night market. The underground of Ambrosia. Anything you need, we can get here."
Oh, is there going to be a musical moment?
Only a musical moment.
There's an open mic night.
Oh,
At the Belching Bar Tavern. They've got karaoke.
used to be called the. Was it the Thirsty Dragon?
The Thirsty Dragon is in another part of town. Clyto's. Oh no, that place is they used to have a pretty good night, but Belching Tavern's sort of on our network of passageways, if you get my drift. And she kind of winks at you.
I suppose I do.
The dragon's a little too on the up and up for folks like us. So Clyto takes you into like a room.
The Frothing Otter. That's what I meant.
The Frothing Otter. That's right.
Oh my God.
That was the bar that I used to play covers at in Ambrosia.
That is correct. So Clyto sort of shoos you into a room that has tools on the wall and like a patient bench sort of thing. She's like, come on in. We'll take a look at that, see what we can do. So you guys shimmy on.
Y'all hear that squeaking? I think I heard an ROUS.
R-O...
Rouse?
rodent of unusual size.
I didn't think they exist.
Oh.
Man, I was just waiting for you to say that.
So Clyto has Dusk sort of sit on the counter and starts eyeballing the thing, your hand. I'm like, yeah, we can take care of that. We can get you a prosthesis. You've got coin.
What do you got? What do you got, Dusk?
I got plenty of coin,
Are you
and I got my. Well, I have some. I have some coin. Got some. I suppose I could also. What's this going to cost me?
Ooh, a hand like
Excellent
that.
question.
That's going to be a little bit of a difficult. I mean, I'm gonna estimate it at about 1,000. Right.
And I look at the guy, girl.
What?
And I look at him, and I kind of like raise my eyebrow,
Uh-huh.
and I'm like, well, I don't know how difficult a job it can be. I mean, it's not like it's like, an eyeball or like a nose or anything. Like I see these guys walking around everywhere with a mech arm.
Make me a persuasion check. It's charisma.
Uh-oh. Someone else should have said this.
You and your big mouth.
7 with a +0 plus a 3 is 10.
A 10.
You should use your inspiration die.
Dusk, sing a song, quick.
I'm gonna quickly chime in on top of him. I think the little man has a point, sir. I mean, it seems like that's a mighty fine price for something that seems so readily available. Mighty high price.
You're paying me for my labor. You feel free to browse the rest of the night market if you'd wish, and see if you can find a better deal. But when you don't, you can come back here.
Should we do that? Dusk.
I mean,
I mean,
can I see the product?
At the worst, you could end up with like maybe a hook for a hand.
Can I see the product?
So she points up. There's like a like an arcade of prizes. Like top row, there's 3. There's a hook, there's a claw, and there's a hand. And we of course can have those dragon marked if you would like.
You should get the combo.
Oh, geez.
Well, combo, you could actually combo it if we strike a deal with somebody in the magic district. We could get it enchanted with spells. But that of course, your base 1,000, you know.
I just really like to be able to continue playing my lute. It's just, it's my livelihood.
How much do you have?
Well, she's like,
Yeah.
I was saying, while she's gesturing around, I'm also kind of there trying to grab her robot hand, trying to like look at it closer and stuff. Kind of ignoring me like a cat trying to bat at it.
Yeah, she keeps slapping at you. Yeah.
And I lean over to Velvet and I whisper, "I thought Klytos was a guy's name."
This is Ambrosia. We don't. Those norms don't matter to us. Also, it's a made-up name. All names are made up.
All names are made up.
It's actually not. It's based on
I reckon
Hephaestus.
it all.
What's that?
No, I look. So we haven't really done anything to like get treasure, have we? Because I don't think I have any treasure. I don't think I have any gold.
Oh, well, you could. There's the gambling pits here. There's the gauntlet run. You could enter you and your friends into the gauntlet run. Try and win the treasure at the end of that.
Is the treasure a gauntlet?
Well, I think that's something my friend Waddle would be mighty fine at.
You could also.
What the hell?
There are plenty of contacts down here with people offering work. Or maybe we could figure out something too. I wasn't expecting anybody to come looking for work, but
Say work or work?
Oh, I get it. I like that. Nothing.
I was about to say maybe there's something we could offer besides gold, the service, but yes.
So, Bado, what is your alignment?
Man, it's been
Chaotic neutral. Chaotic neutral. Chaotic neutral.
Chaotic good.
Is it cleric?
God damn it.
Cleric. So, you get the
No
feeling.
selling your body.
You get the feeling like there's some sketch going on down here. There was a reason you were taken. You found a secret word on a secret building, and then were taken even downstairs through a secret door. Do with that what you will.
Aww.
Chaotic good sounds like you would chase rainbows.
Do I get that vibe from Kaido herself?
She kind of, you get the vibe that she does what's necessary. Not like she's evil, but you're in an underground market.
Hmm.
She might ask you to chase waterfalls, even Stargrave says. I mean, I could, if you were feeling quick of hand, I could ask you to retrieve some goods for me.
Get it?
What's that?
Wait, he's short of hand though.
That wasn't directed at me, was it?
She's just your party in general. Oh, I get it.
I snort and I take offense slightly, but then I think I just let it rub off my shoulder.
I mean, you're pretty good
I think
at
well, you know what? I might just go ahead and look around and see what other business I can find.
fair enough. I'll be here waiting. I'll be here for the next, what is it, hour and a half if you decide to come back.
Let's go gamble with the money we don't have.
You guys should have some gold on you.
We've been on
I
a
think I have 50 gold. That's it.
She's like, the gambling, the gauntlet run, the cage and pit fights, that's down the tunnels to the right. The bazaar, the magic district, folks for hire, that's down the tunnels to the left, but it all sort of interconnects.
So left. Let's go left.
Yeah.
Unless you guys want to go right. I mean, I kind of want to gamble and go right.
I want to gamble. I need money.
Let's go right.
Okay, let's do it.
Vado does not expect this to go well.
Bado's not a gambling man.
No, sir. But I'll follow
Gus
along.
is still only like half paying attention, just kind of looking around at things, following wherever you guys go.
Velvet, you notice that Clyto on her, sort of like her forearm, there's an arcane tattoo. It's something maybe you've heard of, but you've never really seen one in person. But your knowledge of wizardry, you've seen people who are able to embed magic and spells into tattoos on their body, and you, on her good arm, you can very clearly see that there's a tattoo, a magic tattoo mark.
Okay.
Just giving you some information. You're a spellcaster, other than.
Oh yeah, I meant to ask Kaito what a dragon mark was, because she offered that was an option.
Oh, dragon marks. Well, as you are all aware, the use of magic has been decreed forbidden by William Wisp. But, you know, people are going to cast. You're not going to stop people from doing it.
Caster's gonna cast.
Caster's gonna cast.
Caster's going to cast. That's a t-shirt, too. If you make your way through Balian's Bazaar, you can find ink slingers who can embed spells onto you, and then some people are born with these innate dragon marks. It's sort of like a birthmark of lineage, and we can there's somebody for a small fee in the night market can see if there's one inactive in your body, and they allow you to possess different abilities, whether you consider a magic or not, and you don't need your implements. And she sort of points to Waddle's spell book that's kind of tucked away. Velvet, I'm so sorry. Long day, long week, long year.
I was like, I don't got a.
And she looks at Velvet and she's like, be careful with that, because they'll throw you away into the city dungeons for 30 days for possession of one of those.
Do you like to cast magic? Are you a well-versed caster?
This helps me get by if I'm in a tight pinch, but I'm more of the technical savvy kind of person, and she clicks her metallic prosthesis gauntlet. But you know, everybody needs a little help now and again, you know.
Little grease. Little grease.
Little grease. Grease lightning?
Oh,
You could get a lightning spell, sure.
so great.
But also these work prostheses, you can have them imbued with magic as well. So it's that's like a combo, like I said. Anyway, I will be here for the next, like I said, hour and 20 minutes. Go check out the night market. Don't get into too much trouble. Keep your eyes down, and then if you decide you want to come back, maybe we can figure something out. Cool.
So we gotta come up with $1,000.
So you guys you want to go check out the gambling? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, we can do that. Or I can pick. I still guess as a one, right? Maybe I can go wander off and make my own money.
So yeah.
Oh yeah, let's split the party.
You absolutely can split the party if you'd like to.
Mighty generous of all of you to share your winnings and get my arm, but I didn't expect that. But
Just
right.
like you won't expect that cold metal touch.
So Velvet, are you what would you like to go check out then?
Joking about that,
Okay.
but I mean, I could go because I wanted to go to the market to see the magic stuff. But we should raise money for that.
I mean,
That's
if that's what you'd like to do, you can do it. You just let me. This is like sort of sandboxy. I've got different areas mapped out, and you let me know where you would like to go. So if you want to stay with the party, cool. If you want to go look at magic stuff, cool. If anybody else wants to check other parts out of the night market, let me know. You know.
Cool. Me and Dusk are gonna go gamble.
See magic stuff. That's what I'm gonna do.
Oh, look at the little guy.
So Dusk and Waddle are gonna go gamble. This is just like a generic map I found of city sewers. There's different districts in this place, so they've all got kind of a different charm, a different feel to them. So Dusk and Waddle would like to head right south into the tunnels to go find gambling. Velvet is going to want to head north towards the bazaar in the magic district. Bado and Gus, where would you like to go?
I'm gonna follow Velvet, but not even aware that I was kind of following. Just kind of like watching and see him going that way.
I think I'd rather check out the magic district than a seedy den or seedier den than we're already in.
Love it.
So you guys are gonna leave the small guy and the injured guy to their own devices.
Bye.
Well, we can't use magic because help anyway.
We're going shopping.
Well, so Velvet, you get the idea that
We're going shopping.
down here people probably use magic because it's like an underground market. So you feel a little relaxed about it. That's why you're able to like go shop this market. All right, so let's go with Dusk and Waddle. You head your way south, and you start to hear lots of excited chatter. You kind of turn a couple corners, and you see like a nest of rooms with tables, and this is a gambling hall of sorts. You see people at different tables rolling dice, playing Three Dragon Ante, arcane versions of Russian roulette. Further down this hall, you see signs for the Gauntlet Run, and then there's like the betting boards where you see different adventurers' names for this Gauntlet Run and different odds of them finishing the Gauntlet Run. And the same with cage and pit fights. You see different matches on these like boards thumbtacked up, different fights at different times, returning champions, first-time fighters, all that good stuff. One of you live in a gambling city, so you know what that's like.
Yeah. It's awful.
Um,
Hey, Deb, you gonna run the gauntlet with me?
I suppose so.
you guys came to
Little-
gamble,
little
not to
part-
run a gauntlet.
Yeah, the gauntlet was something different.
I
Gauntlet's
mean,
something
what's the payoff for participating in the gambling event?
different.
Oh, I just thought. Oh, we would be gambling on the gauntlet.
There's
I mean, we're gonna rig the bet, and one of us is gonna run it, and the other one is gonna bet on the one who's gonna win.
there's
Oh, so I'd be betting on you.
It's the old wolf in sheep's clothing kind of bit.
I don't think that's what that is.
Suppose that analogy would work in this situation.
so there's generic
You know,
gambling
you would-
rules here that you bet money and then we play this little dice rolling game to see if it was successful. So if you want to gamble on the dungeon run, you can do that. If you want to gamble on a card game, that's all here or there. If you want to inquire into signing up for the gauntlet run, you'd have to go a little further down this tunnel way. There's like a box office booth sort of thing, another row of tunnels down. So while you guys are entering this gambling den and sort of figuring out which tables look hot, what you want to do, Velvet, Gus, and Bado, you head up your northern path, and as you turn your corner, it opens up into this like large, what we think of as like a bazaar marketplace. There's vendors and tents selling all sorts of wares. Let's see, I had some art for it. You can find works of all sorts here. Oops, close that. Close that. There's magical illumination, blues and pinks, these like permanent stones that glow on the walls, lighting up these different vendor booths. The smell of charred meats, some savory, some not so savory. Gus, you smell grilled mushrooms coming from a specific stand. And yeah, so it's like busy marketplace, lots of unsavory looking characters. Some people with magic items that they don't seem to be hiding as much. You see Warforged works, sort of like ID10T but bipedal, just like it was any other Wednesday, and the hustle and bustle of this place. Nobody seems to eye you down like they did on the streets above. So if you would like to find the magic area, I would need you to roll me an investigation check.
Okay. Total 24.
What'd you say?
What's happening?
18 plus a 6 investigation is 24. That's right.
Excellent. How do you feel like Velvet would try to find the magic market?
I feel like Velvet would take his magical book and open up the book and just sort of let it. He'll like hold it open and then he'll just remove his hand and it'll just sort of hover, and it will guide me. It will send a light or some sort of something to guide me to where I need to go.
We changed your school, remember, to the talking spell book.
Right.
Did we do that? So, I mean, you open it up and your quill floats above it and acts like a compass. Because animated quill was part of it. So yeah, you pull your book out and it acts like a video game HUD that allows you to sort of make your way through this. You hear people yelling like, "Magic beads, magic beads!" These look like magic beads. People selling clay pitchers that never empty, and they kind of wink at you. Fresh fish. Fishmonger kind of tossing these eel-looking, like sewer eels, across the walkways as you're passing through. You turn a corner, and it's lit a little better. It's a little cleaner. Let's put it up here. So you kind of tuck down a tunnelway and see a little more of the serious magic stuff. The smells of incense are in the air, and spices, and like fizzled magic kind of catches your nostrils as you walk down here. So you start looking back. We're gonna jump back to our gamblers, Dusk and Waddle.
Brian, did you get my message?
I did not. Where did you send it?
Take a look.
No, but I will look for it. Let me see. My phone is on Do Not Disturb mode, so.
Oh no!
No, it's
I
good.
disturbed you.
Okay, I see that. We'll see about that. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So gambling. This activity requires at least a stake of 10 gold to a maximum of 1,000 gold. Each of you can make a series of checks. You're going to make 3 checks: Wisdom, Insight, Charisma, Deception, and Charisma, Intimidation. If you have proficiency with a gaming set, you can replace your skill for that. So some of you may have a gaming set that came with your backgrounds. So each of you will make those 3 checks for me, and then depending on 1, 2, or 3 successes, we let you know if you succeed, if you lose, how much money you win, how much money you lose.
Sweet.
You see a
So we
particular
A wisdom check, a charisma check, and
another charisma
What
check. It's going to be Insight, Deception, and Intimidation.
okay.
So you sit down at a card table, and these guys are playing like an Ambrosia version of Pogs.
Pogs.
Yeah, they're kind of like magic Pogs.
What
Now
does
with
the
Alf.
POG stand for?
What's that?
What does the POG stand for?
It's called Alf.
Practical, organic,
Gambling.
gambling.
Well,
Great success.
it's not called Pogs. You're not sure how to pronounce it, and you don't want to say it because you don't want to be offensive. But I bet by the next game we'll have figured it out.
We're calling it Pogs for the moment, though. No.
Yeah, so you guys scoot into a booth. You let me know how much you want to bet, and then we will switch back and forth with your gambling.
All right. Well, Waddle, I think we got to try one of these small games first before we try to bet on the big things. So I'm going to put 10 gold on this one.
10 gold. That seems high.
All I have is 50 gold.
Well, I know. That's what I'm saying. If you got 50 gold, that seems high. That's 1/5 of your carry-all.
Look, man, how are we going to get my money so I can get my hand? How are we going to do this?
Start with small bets, and then once you got a pretty pot, you dump it all, right?
I'm not a gambler.
All right, one gold.
Well, and Dusk already gambled and lost a hand, so.
Ouch.
That's right. I already gambled and lost a hand. And here you are telling me how to use my own.
That was a card joke. All right. Yeah, man. If you want to gamble away 1/5 of your earnings, go ahead. Let's do it.
I'm sorry, little buddy. I'm just a little frazzled. You know, my hand just hurts. I mean, my lack of a hand just hurts.
All right. No, I understand. We gotta get you taken care of. So let's do it. But it's your money.
1 gold, please.
All right, you're gonna gamble 1 gold. So you sit down and you pull out 1 coin. Except the pod keeper is like minimum stakes at least 10 gold for this table.
I instantly pull out 10 gold and throw it on the table, without even giving Waddle a second look.
Alrighty, make me a wisdom insight check.
All right. So this is going to be wisdom and plus wisdom plus insight.
So insight is a wisdom-based skill. So that
Okay.
it's insight because you may be proficient in it. You can add your proficiency bonus. If you have a set of what did I say? If you have proficiency with a gaming set, you can replace that proficiency with your insight if it's lower.
Okay, I don't. So. All right. This is a 14.
All right.
Plus my insight, right?
Yeah.
So 16.
All right. So the first hand of Arcane Pogs plays. Your 18 comes out to the other guy's 4. You succeed in your first hand.
Yeah. What did I tell you?
Camera cuts back to Velvet, Gus, and Bado.
Who should be buying a gaming kit?
You guys are in the Magic District. You start passing by tents where you see these ink slingers, these people casting spells into vials of ink and then embedding that ink into the skin of scoundrels and scallywags and criminals of all sorts. And then you see like just a standard sort of magic shop, goods that are technically what's the word? Paraphernalia, contraband in the city of Ambrosia.
These goods are bad.
The quill on your book is spinning because you are now in the magic area.
Let's pop into that shop. Let's see what they've got in there.
The $10 tattoo shop.
So you walk.
I want to buy like a new robe, like a sparkly glitter magic robe, or maybe a new magic rock.
So you step into this magic shop. There's like a bell that's kind of hovering on its own, and as soon as you walk under it, it ding ding, ding ding.
I kind of jump at that.
A drow pops up. He says, hey, welcome. How can I help you? What are you looking for? He's got magic tattoos like up his neck and like a sleeve of magic tattoos.
Some magic tattoos. I should get a tattoo. I'm a bad boy now. I want a tattoo. That's exactly what I want. I want a cool bad boy tattoo.
We don't have
Should
bad
ask him
boys.
if they.
Go ahead.
Something like says like Bill Greason.
Bill Greason. Pretty badass.
That's our third T-shirt tonight.
It's just a funny.
Greason.
We don't have bad boy tattoos here, but there's a ink slinger next door. If you want, they can take care of you.
Okay. Well, what do you have here? What kind of things do you sell in this shop?
So you look around and you see all sorts of contraband magic items. You see boots with tiny wings on them. You see belts with giant writing on them. You see sets of different colored pearls sitting in like a glass case. There's copper vials and spoons and spell books and wands. He's like, we got whatever you need, and if we don't got it, we can get it.
Like that attitude. I actually want to look at the boots with the little wings on it. I want to touch them.
Magic
Tell me.
boot?
Yeah, I want to see these magic boots. Tell me about these magic boots.
Give me a second to pull them up for you. Just as a real quick question, what kind of money do you have on you, Velvet?
It's a great question. Maybe I'll put them.
You've probably only got a couple hundred, I would imagine, at most.
Surprise, we're poor.
We'll need to check and see what your 5th level character, your wealth should be. Next time we have an off-game chat, we'll figure that out. What's that?
I have written down I have 75 gold in my pocket. A gem I traded from Corin way back. And another gem from Barris.
Oh, you do have gems on you, huh?
Oh.
You didn't happen to write down the cost of those when I told you what they were? Or do you have the names of them by chance?
Wait, I might.
I don't think so.
Oh no, I've only got 10 Cinda mystery berries.
I mean, you could probably
From
get
a million years ago.
some cash for those. So there's 3 sets of boots. He's like, boots of levitation, boots of speed, boots of striding, and springing. These make you levitate, these make you fast, these make you fast, but not as fast. The cheapest ones we've got, these boots of striding and springing. You can jump 3 times as far as you normally can, and you can carry heavy loads without it slowing you down. And these are 200 gold for the pair.
That seems like a deal.
Does seem like a deal. I only have 75 gold. You wanna sell me them at a cheaper rate? Maybe I'll show you my fake boobs.
Forgot you're still dressed like a random lady, I guess.
If you're nice, I'll let you touch one.
No, thank you, ma'am. I don't want you to do that in front of your child here, this giant elephant baby.
A lot worse. You know how Mama pays the bills.
I roll my eyes.
Velvet Junior.
I can't go lower on that, but I could cut you a deal on the boots of levitation. I can give you those for 500. They allow you to act as equal, but they're nicer boots. But I've got my profit margin is I can give you a bigger discount for a young mother like yourself. 500 is best I can do on those. They're normally 750 or 200 for these striding and springing. You said you had jewels on you?
Did we?
Didn't I
You hear my thoughts.
Just a couple. I do have gemstones, but I know they're worth more than just a couple of pair of boots. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Take my breath.
How about 3 pairs of boots?
I don't. Do I need 3 pairs of boots? Though?
How about a pair of boots and then 1 extra just by itself?
Can you mix and match them and get different abilities?
You can
Like a
levitate,
portal
but
gun.
like 4 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
Only
But,
with 1 foot.
but then you just short stride like half the distance too.
Do you have any temporary magic goals or anything like that you can throw in?
Temporary magic what? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Magic scrolls or anything like that?
Oh, we've got all sorts of spells and stuff. You're not with the hogs, are you? You gotta tell me if you are. Oh, he was talking like this. You gotta tell me if you are.
I am definitely not with the hogs. Look at me, man. Do I look like I'm with the hogs?
That bacon.
No, I suppose not.
Wait, if I buy these shoes, how am I going to get my bad boy tattoo?
Can you magic something?
What do you
Not
mean?
the thing.
Like maybe like I mean this is like exposition I guess, but like maybe you can use your like mage hand to like kind of manipulate the situation.
I can sell you the
Interesting.
boots. I can sell you other stuff, or you can go get your bad boy. The heart wants what the heart wants. I can't tell you, there, lady.
The heart wants what the heart wants. Really, I don't know what to do.
All right, you can think about it. Gus, Bado, were you doing anything while Velvet is talking to the shopkeep?
I'm shaking my
pick
breath.
up a jar of just shiny things and shake it a little bit.
You shake. You see a shiny. There's a mirror. It's like a green emerald mirror, and you shake it, and you hear, "Oh my God, get me out of here, please!"
I put it down very
Oh my
quickly.
God, don't! The next thing has glitter in it. Bado, what do you see yourself doing?
Since I'm still undercover, not a whole lot, but I'm beginning to come to the conclusion that I'm not going to be able to help the mission here. Like, how I don't see myself making money here. I could go gamble or go check out what the other things were, gauntlet and such.
Yeah, you could go check out the gauntlet and the cage fighting pits, if you would like to.
Or
Because you don't really need your disguise down there.
He's just
you
like,
you could play
go ahead.
you could play super innocent like a giant baby and just start stuffing things down your diaper like you don't know what's right and wrong.
I don't think that'll go well.
You could throw a tantrum and cause a diversion, and I could pick a thing or two.
Just saying, expositionally.
That's true. But you could throw a temper tantrum, then I could come and cause a big scene, and then Gus can maybe shove something in his pants, like those boots that were made for levitating.
What's my impression of this guy's alignment, or the shopkeep's alignment?
Do you have like detect good, detect evil? Or you just want to do that? Would be like an insight check.
Yeah, let me do an insight check. I don't have any of those skills prepared for the day. Oh no!
The dick first.
I rolled 10. Not great.
You don't get any bad vibes from the shopkeep. Outside of him selling legal stuff, you don't get any particular vibe towards it.
Not lawful. Yeesh.
But also, like,
Killjoys.
your character can, like, you can grow as a character and go, like, leave your alignment, start doing stuff. I'm not sure what your deity says about it. But you can still make choices, you know, if you want your character to change.
Well, first of all, Velvet, you wouldn't be telling me about this plan in front of the shopkeep, right?
I can see him doing that.
I imagine maybe you guys like tuck into a corner and like have little huddles talking about it out of his eyesight, maybe.
Hmm.
Velvet?
We're huddled over in the corner of the shop with all our arms crossed over each other, our shoulders in a huddle group.
Occasionally peeking up and looking at the shopkeep and ducking back down into the huddle. Yeah, great idea. I guess I can be I can be made to assist you in your plan. Remind me again, how does this help Dusk?
Oh, we're helping Dusk?
Get him.
You guys can think about that a little.
I want those boots and a bad boy tattoo. That's what I want.
I feel like with those 2 gems, you could probably afford the cheaper pair of boots, maybe the tattoos, but you'd have to go check out the tattoo stands. Shoot, where did I put that? We're going to cut back to the gambling while you guys figure out what you're going to do. Dusk, go ahead and make me a charisma deception check as the second hand of Arcane Pogs is dealt.
Alrighty. Charisma, deception, rolling. Oh, crumbs. I want it under. Say that is a 21.
Oh, very good.
16 plus 5 for deception.
All right, so second hands played of Arcane Pogs. Your 21 beats this guy's 15. That's a second success. So while Dusk is engaged in this...
Oh, was that still on the 10 gold initially?
Yeah.
Or was it
Yeah,
so this was just letting it ride?
Yeah, so there's 3 checks, and then your success versus failures let you know if you win, if you lose, or if you increase how much you win.
So how much gold do I have right now then? Like,
So far, you have gained the amount you bet plus half again. So you're up 15.
I'm up 15. Okay.
So Waddle, while this is going on, you start seeing the signs for pit fighting. It's a lot easier than the dungeon run for sure. They're looking for boxers, wrestlers, and other non-lethal combatants for competition. And you don't have to put money in, but you can earn money fighting.
Ooh, I do that.
So Dusk starts gambling, and waddles down the hallway a little bit. So Dusk, you look up from your second hand. You're real excited about winning, and you don't see Waddle.
Hey, you just see him walking off to the sign entrance.
So you go.
The gauntlet is a dungeon crawl?
There's a he's going to the pit fighting. There's like...
Right.
Yeah, but the gauntlet is, a specific dungeon run. And if we want to do that, we'll set it up the week before we play. And then I will set us up a gauntlet.
I 100% want to do the pit fight.
Yes. So the thing you texted me, we're going to, right at the end, we're going to do that. Yeah.
Okay.
For this. So Waddle's off. We're going to cut back to the Magic Market with Gus, Velvet, and Bado. You guys were talking about trying to rip off the magic shop?
Apparently.
Do it!
What would you guys like to do?
Is Velvet going to try and convince Bato that this is in the interests of the party?
Also, hey,
I am your mother. You will listen to me.
Brian, I'm just seeing the Photoshop
Tell
screen
you.
on your screen. Do
Oh,
you want to have like
no.
something else up? Or?
Is it there now?
The
Yeah.
stream's fine. The stream's fine.
But on
Oh,
the
okay, weird.
Discord,
Yeah, the Discord.
is it back on there?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, sorry. I was tabbed over into. Dusk. Sorry. Phew. Velvet. Do you want to try to talk Bato into this, or do you want to go look at the magic tattoos?
Oh, tricky choice.
Come on, Bato. Help a friend out. I'm bad now. Don't you want to be cool and bad like me?
I've resisted peer pressure before. This isn't my first time around the block. Our friend Dusk is suffering.
All right. Well, you know, that's fine. I'm gonna go over to the tattoo shop. You guys can do your own thing. I'm not worried about any.
You're not worried about anything? Is that what you said? This damn computer. If anybody's talking, I
bed
can't.
anymore.
Wow.
And then I storm
As
out of the
he's
shop.
leaving the shop, I'm gonna go ahead and do something here. Gus has very little concept of bartering and money at all,
Yeah.
so he's kind of confused by what the dilemma is.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna try and take one of the boots, a single boot.
All right, make me a sleight of hand check. That's dexterity.
Yeah, which I have +3 in. And I rolled a 9 + 3, so 12. And I'm just trying to grab whichever boot's shiniest. Like, I don't know if it's the levitation one or not.
roll me a d6 and let me know what you roll.
D6, I rolled
If
a
I
3.
see this happen, I would
Roll me a perception
try
check to see
to
if
distract.
you beat his. Oh, to distract.
Yeah, but I only rolled a 9 to notice.
Okay. Would you roll a 3?
Yeah.
So you grab one boot. Like as everybody's walking out, you kind of follow your party and you just snag a boot and you're looking at it, and you don't get the impression that the shopkeep saw.
I'm just kind of inspecting it, like what the big deal was about it, stuff following behind you guys.
So you guys walk over to the tattoo tents. Yeah. Is that where you were wanting to head, Velvet?
Yes.
Okay. So you smell ink and an arcane dust in the air as you enter these tents. We're going to jump real quick to Waddle. Waddle, you can enter this pit fighting. It's sort of the same thing as gambling with Dusk. You'll make 3 sets of rolls for me, and then depending on how many successes you get determines how much gold you get paid.
Excellent.
So we can say you did the thing when nobody was looking, the thing that you texted me, and then you can do your pit fighting like that, and then when you see everybody, then it'll be obvious.
Oh yeah. Okay.
All right, so you're going to enter into pit fighting. You're going to make me 3 sets of checks: strength, athletics, dexterity, acrobatics, and a constitution check. So you go get entered into a quick bout. There's like underworld dudes who are lined up ready to start a fight, you know. You go sign up. They give you the up and down and like, okay, whatever. They put your name on a board and they start taking bets.
What name do they put on the board?
What name do you give them? If it's that name, then it's that name.
I'm gonna give him the name Blue Mandrill.
All right, so Blue Mandrill slides into the slot. You change into your appropriate equipment. You enter this like cage fighting pit. I imagine like Wolverine at the beginning of the first X-Men. And would you make me a strength athletics check?
Okay, here we go. Looks like I got an 11.
All right.
Wait, do I have proficiency?
If you have athletics, you had your strength bonus. If you're proficient in athletics, you add that in your proficiency bonus.
Does that change?
Yeah.
Strength athletics versus what now?
So, athletics is a strength check. So, are you proficient in athletics
I got a 1.
on your roll?
No, on the athletics.
Okay, so
check.
1 plus 11.
Yep.
Okay, so 12. So you enter this first round, the bell dings, and you kind of look up and you get socked in the chin. And it catches you off guard. But you feel like this training sort of come up. And you scrap back and barely succeed your first round of fights. You spit some blood out, you get wiped up, and you start to get ready. It's 3 fights you're set up for.
Sweet.
So, you win your first bout. Dusk. Last one. Your last gambling check, the last hand of Arcane Pogs. I need you to make me a Charisma Intimidation check.
All right, charisma intimidation check. Here we go. I also realized I think I'm proficient in it. So this is whatever my intimidation is plus my proficiency bonus, correct?
Yes.
Okay, great. Spectacular. All right. It's a 13 on the die plus 5 plus 3. So 21 again.
Excellent. Blackjack. So you have a clean
Blackjack.
sweep, and you beat this guy at all 3 hands of Arcane Pogs. You bet 10,
And alive.
and you walked out with 20 on top of it.
Great.
So you're feeling pretty good. You look around, and there's still no sign of Waddle around you. Back up to the
So
magic.
he took him.
Yeah. If you want to gamble again, you can gamble again. If you want to get up and explore some other stuff, you can. If you want to go look for Waddle, you can. If you want to go look for the party, you can.
No, let's gamble again.
How much?
Let it ride.
How much you gonna bet this round?
What a hoss.
I'm feeling good. Let's put in let's do 20 because I'm just, feeling doubly good.
All right. Roll me.
I just imagine.
What do you
I
imagine?
imagine he signaled like 20, but with 2 hands, but with only 1 hand.
Yeah, so I hold up my fingers 5 times
Yep.
or 4
I
times.
want to bet this man.
Well, whatever makes sense.
All right. Let's do your first roll. Make me a Wisdom Insight check.
All right, wisdom insight.
That guy got up and like a granny sat down, and she's like, "Oh, I love this game."
Oh no!
Oh,
I look at her and I say, "Might have found to meet you, ma'am." I tip my cowboy hat at her.
Shut up and play.
are you trying to seduce her?
Whatever you say.
All right. Wisdom Insight.
All right, that's 17 on the die. Damn, this is awesome. Plus 2, that's a 19.
Don't
You
get
got a
the bug,
19.
Vinny.
She got a 23.
No.
So your first round is not a success. All right, back to the Magic District.
Ooh.
You.
I reach for my collar to do like a ooh right hand, and I just hit myself in the face with my stump.
No.
Gross.
All right, so you guys walk into the tattoo, the magic tattoo area. You see various people getting inked up. And there's kind of like a tattoo menu. Where's my tattoo menu? Why come you don't have a tattoo?
Why come you not have a tattoo?
It's for idiocracy. Where's your tattoo, dude? Why come you don't have a tattoo?
That movie both aged appropriately and not well.
Yeah, absolutely. But also in that aspect, it did kind of age well, you know?
Yeah.
'Cause that's...
No, it made sense. Depressing.
Where the hell did I put these tattoos? I'm steaming. Alright. Shoot, that's frustrating. Alright, so... Here we go. Found it. Alright, I'm going to read to you the different kinds of tattoos. Well, I guess actually, do you want to... I guess we should look at the pricing of the tattoos. That would make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Money is no object.
In that you can't actually address it as an object because you haven't.
Right.
It's more of a concept, really, if you think about it.
Ooh.
At this point, I'm sticking around just to see how you swindle someone out of a service instead of a good.
So the cheapest tattoos are 50 to 100 gold, uncommon are 100 to 500 gold, rare are 500 to 5,000, so we won't read higher than that. Uncommon tattoos cover a hand or a foot or quarter of a limb. Uncommon tattoos cover half a limb or your scalp. And rare tattoos cover one entire limb. You see,
Scalp tattoos are pretty good.
there are single-use tattoos, so you can imbue a single spell into a tattoo. Very popular with people doing hits and robberies. Then you've got spells that sort of stay on you for a while, spells that absorb specified energies, spells that act as a barrier shield to you, tattoos that make you incorporeal for a short amount of time, tattoos of masquerade that change your appearance, tattoos of life well, blood fury, coiling grasp, eldritch claw. You see all sorts of different magic abilities that these tattoos would allow you to do. What sort of thing you looking for there, bad boy, for your tattoo?
They all sound good.
They do sound all very good. I don't know, maybe like a shield spell would maybe be pretty smart.
Let's see, the barrier spell. Let's see.
Ooh,
Whoa! Who died?
sorry. I slammed my knee on the underside of my desk.
So the cheapest one is going to be $250. It's an uncommon tattoo, so that means it. What did I say? Let's see. Barrier tattoo. While you are not wearing armor, this tattoo grants you an armor bonus depending on its rarity. So 12 plus your dexterity modifier. I think traditionally your armor is 10 plus your dexterity modifier. Do you know what your armor class is, Velvet, by chance?
Looking.
It should be the top.
Where would-
There's a little shield on your character sheet.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's 11.
All right, so this tattoo would at least give you +1 on top of that. If you could save up a little more for a rare tattoo, for a 500, 700 gold tattoo, you could have an armor class of 15 plus your dexterity modifier. But that's more expensive than those boots were.
Right. I don't know. Well, no, that doesn't sound fun. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I get like a defensive? I mean, or should I get something more dramatic?
I want to know more about the masquerade tattoo.
As you
Corporeal.
as you start to go look at it, you hear somebody yell, "Hey, who the hell stole my shoe? Hey, somebody robbed us!" And you hear the magic shop. You hear yelling coming from the magic shop you guys were just in.
Maybe we should scoot instead. Maybe we'll have to come back when we have more money for a bad boy tattoo.
Yeah. I want you to like look over and see that I'm holding the shoe, didn't even know I had it.
Scooping sewer water in it.
Yep.
You
Oh
hear,
my god, guys! Did you take that shoe?
You
I
hear
kind
us
of give it
say,
to you, like
"Go ahead."
I kind of like look at the shoe and look at you and like hold it up to you, like a dog bringing you a newspaper or something.
Those were on loan. I didn't even own those things. Oh, I'm in so much trouble. Find that boot. Where did it go?
I grab the boot and shove it in my robes. And I discreetly nod my head for us to motion to get the H out of there. The heck
Okay.
out of there, I'll say it.
You're a bad boy. You'll say it.
I'll say it. I'm bad boy now.
Bad boy velvet. So you guys want to duck out of the magic district with this stolen shoe?
Yeah,
I think
we'll see what
Or
we
you
can
could
do.
leave it. It's one shoe.
We could maybe sell it or something. Let's hang on to it.
All right.
So you guys
Taking the
stow away the shoe and like make your way back into the hustle and bustle of the night market. Let's go back to Waddle. You're pit fighting your second round. Make me a dexterity acrobatics check.
Here we go. Oh, I dropped it. Oh, fuck. I lost my dice.
Do you want me to come back to you? I'll come back to you. Dusk, make me your second gambling check. It's going to be a charisma deception. You see the granny
Charisma
kind of,
deception.
yeah, she kind of like pulls her little goggles up and kind of like snickers at the second hand.
Oh boy. Okay. 13 plus 5, but I'm proficient, so plus 3. 21 again.
All right, so she puts down her hand real sure of herself, but you're able to easily top that hand. So you've got one loss, one win. Waddle, did you find your die?
I tip my hat at her again.
She like snarls. She
I'll
looks.
use the D&D thing.
Do what?
I'll use the D&D thing.
Okay.
Because I can't find it.
That's all good.
All right. Oof. 2. Fuck.
You rolled a 2
I rolled a 2,
plus
and it's
acrobatics. You also have an inspiration die. You guys all have inspiration dice too.
oh yeah, sweet. That saved my ass. All right, so 2 plus 10
Uh-huh.
because my acrobatics is off the charts. So there's that. So that's 12,
Thanks,
I
Pretty
guess.
Heart Machine.
Unless I have or anything.
No, use your inspiration die and roll again.
Yeah, definitely.
So you're gonna roll again.
Do it. Do it.
He's
Do
talking.
it.
He was talking to you. Oh, yeah.
Doing it. 16
All right. So you.
plus 10.
Better.
Yeah.
6.
You got like a false start. You slipped a little bit, but were able to catch yourself, remembering some of your training. You kind of like jump up off the cage, take the second bout down easily for a second win.
Who do we have to thank for that inspiration dice?
That was Pretty Heart Machine in our chat.
Oh, nice.
She said it's dangerous to go alone. Take this. So.
Well, she saved my bacon.
All right, see what time it's 9:15. Velvet, Gus, and Otto. What's that?
Those ROUSs again.
You guys make your way into the bazaar, and you see signs for the gambling and pit fighting and cage fighting stuff. You remember that's where the rest of your party was going, so you had left in this sort of like circle pattern. Passing all sorts of other shops. You see Boren's blades, all sorts of knives and daggers. There's an apothecary selling herbs and alchemy kits, illumination store selling lamps and candles, all sorts of sundries. But you kind of make your way around to this gambling area. For narrative purposes, Dusk, let's do your last hand of betting.
Okay. All right, ma'am. Well, been a good match. I rolled a 15 plus my charisma 5 plus proficiency, so 23.
Dang, you're rolling like a beast tonight.
I imagine his hand is caught on fire.
Something's up with my left hand.
You hear that your patronly voice whispering in your head, like, do this, do that, do that. And so you're kind of like going with the vibe of gambling, and you feel pretty unstoppable as you won 2 out of 3 of those hands. Which means you gained the amount you bet plus half again. So you bet 20, so you won 30. So you came out 50 gold on top of what you started with.
It's not enough to buy a new hand.
It is not.
So I'm walking away with 100 gold right now.
You started with 50?
No. I started with 50 gold.
You're walking away with 100.
Okay.
Which ain't, honestly, if you think about it, it's not terrible.
Maybe you should look around for other betting opportunities.
Look, is there a bank anywhere in this place?
A bank? We've got coin traders. Bitcoin, Dogecoin, Platinum, Platinanium, Unobtainium. What do you need? What do you need exchanged?
That's not
so I'm going to go basically try and flex my last name a little bit at this bank and see if there's a hidden account that I can just kind of grab something out of.
All right, so the gambling desk is over by the pit fighters. The more hardcore stuff is sort of order where the money is. So you kind of walk up to the teller. Velvet, Gus, and Bado, you guys kind of come around as you see Dusk walking up. You can kind of see him through the crowd of people. These people are cheering at a fight going on in a cage.
So I guess I'm gonna I've got an idea, so I'm gonna approach him with some confidence here.
Okay. How can I help you?
I'd like to withdraw from the Beelzebub's account.
He laughs. All right, a good one. How can I help you for real?
I didn't stutter, did I?
Beelzebub? You want to take out of the Beelzebub's account?
You heard what I said.
You see him like chuckle, and there's a couple of other. Oops.
After all.
There's a couple other people behind the counter, and they laugh, and he's like, "No, seriously, you're killing us. How can we help you?"
Look, if you want to bother my father and disturb him at work, you can, or you can just do whatever I say and not have to bother.
You're telling us your father is Elhef Beelzebub? The merchant magnate? You're telling us he's your father?
I mean, doesn't he require you to put up the photo of him with his family in your office? There's me right there.
So they they kind of look, and there's like a wall of portraits, sort of like the sandwich shops of famous people. And sure enough, there's a portrait of the shipping magnate Elhef Beelzebub, his family, and Dusk Whiteclaw is the child in that portrait. And they kind of like look, and they double take, and they're like, "Wait a minute,
For
aren't
some reason,
you?"
I picture he's really young and dressed like a little sailor, like old timey, like all.
Buster Bluth.
Exactly.
Bado, Gus, and Velvet. You walk through the crowd of people cheering at this fighting match. As you walk up and hear Dusk say, like, "Don't you know who I am, my father?" You know, kind of playing that card. The crowd cheers as Waddle, you start your third round. Make me your last check. This one is a special constitution check that has a bonus roll equal to the roll of the character's largest hit die. So you roll a constitution check, and you're going to add 5 to this.
Cool. Is there a 5-sided dice?
No, you just add the number 5 to it.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough. So 18 and add 5?
Yep, it's a 23.
So 50.
So at this point, you're like jazzed, and you come into this third fight and like and finish it way quicker than you feel like you should have.
Oops.
The announcement cheers. You guys hear the crowd yell, and the winner is Blue Mandrill. The ref comes out and kind of like raises your hand. They start talking to you about your winnings. Dusk, you just said my father is Elhef Beelzebub, and the guy's like, "Wait a minute, aren't you wanted for aiding that wizard Barris? You're an enemy of William Wisp, aren't you?"
Not at all.
He's like, "Look."
Good try.
He's like,
No.
"Look,
I
between
don't know
you
what
and
you're talking
me,
about.
I
Does
don't have
that
to."
guy have 2 hands?
Huh?
Does that guy have 2 hands?
He's like, "I don't have to say a damn thing if you grease my palm a little bit." And your dad's one of the richest people in the city, right?
Well, I asked you to empty the account.
I cast Grease.
I can't give you anything unless you empty the account.
Velvet,
into this,
Velvet, what did you say?
mine.
Nothing?
I was being a smartass. You said grease your hands, and I said I cast grease.
Oh! Whoa!
I'm joking.
Don't use magic. We don't want the pigs to come down here.
Look, you're a wanted man, and you're asking me to take money out of the account of one of the richest people in Ambrosia. I don't have to say a damn thing, you know, or we could alert the city guard, you know. We got a little understanding worked out. They won't bash too many heads if, you know. So how do you want to handle this?
Cut his throat.
Look, I just need 1,000 gold from them. You can take a little bit off the top, but then you better get out of the town.
15%. 15% of 1,000. We have a deal.
15%. We have a deal.
On
And
top
I,
of the
and
1,000,
I, and I
right?
put my stump out.
The
It
shake
like
his hands.
grosses him out, and he looks back to the one of the other money changers, and he like nods him on, and the guy goes into the back. Dusk, I'm sorry, Waddle. You are escorted out of the cage.
As a hero,
Yeah, everybody's kind of like cheering.
a lord among men.
Gus, Velvet, and Bado, you hear this cheering as you see this altercation almost go down with your friend. You hear this cheering. Waddle, they put a pouch of 200 gold into your hand for winning all 3 rounds. They're like, there you go.
Dope.
You've got this money, and you kind of turn around and you see your party. Sort of at the money changing booth.
I'm like waving excitedly at him. Like, hey, I know you.
He looks. Wait. You guys don't recognize Waddle.
Oh.
Waddle, you see your party. Would you like to walk up to them?
I kind of want to like start to walk up to them,
Yeah.
and then gauge their judgment and decide at the last second if I want to like walk left or walk up to them.
Yeah.
What do we see instead?
Would you describe to the party what they see?
So you guys see a halfling dressed in a costume, and that costume happens to have a semblance of some sort of ape-like figure. Fur color, blue ninjutsu uniform, padding, like real ready to take a scruff or two, like just getting a scrap, like a real turnabout player.
Like some kind of fighting monkey?
Yeah, I mean, you might have noticed the large red patches on the keister. You might have associated this figure with some sort of baboon-like character.
You fully
Interesting.
transformed into a monkey.
Monkeys have tails. Or monkeys don't have tails. I'm sorry. Monkeys have
You're
tails.
baboon.
Damn it, monkeys have tails. I always say that
Monkeys
in
do have tails.
Winston and Overwatch. Everybody calls him a monkey. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, he doesn't have a tail. He's an ape. You guys see the sign above the cage match that says, well, shoot, I should have thought.
Blue
of this.
Mandrill?
Yeah, Blue Mandrill versus Fury Fists. And then somebody's taking down the Fury Fists as they're like pulling this guy out of the cage. And so you see Waddle, but you don't quite recognize Waddle, but you also sort of do.
Dude, you are scary looking.
What? Just straight up catches it.
Do what?
Dusk just straight up catches it. He's like, "Oh, dude, where you been?"
So technically,
No, I don't think I'm there yet.
if you guys want to try to identify Waddle, you can make a... Is it an insight check?
Is it an insight check?
I think it's an insight check. Or I'd take investigation or a perception.
I already rolled insight and did 13.
Bado, since you have your nose, you can also make me a scent-based perception.
Yeah.
That nose is a handy one.
Wow.
And you
6
guys,
and a 1.
you all have inspiration die as well. And they don't translate over, so you might as well burn them.
Okay, then yeah,
Yeah.
I rolled a 19.
Bada?
20.
All right. So you guys both are able to like. I think that's Waddle in that costume. It's the nipple piercings that give it away.
Yeah.
They catch the light just ever so slightly, just like
I recognize that glimmer.
Sporkle, sporkle.
Just can't look away.
Dusk. So the money changers come out and they hand you a sack, and you see the logo of your father's business on it. And they low key they hide it real quick and then slide it out.
Did you take what you needed?
We got what we needed out of the count. Don't worry about it. We were never here.
Same for me, partner. And I pocket my stuff.
So you pocket your stuff and you turn around to see your party, and standing behind you in like red cloaks, red robes, is a tall elvish woman, and she says, my, I can't believe Elhef's son is here in front of me." You guys see somebody talking to Dusk, and Waddle, you almost feel like you recognize them when you feel a tap on your shoulder. And you see a cloaked tabaxi, the cat folk. And you recognize this face as she looks at you and says, "Who are your friends?" And you recognize the dark cloak and Cardinal Law, your contacts in Ambrosia, undercover in this market.
Surprise! I'm also concerned that I didn't get some sort of cash payout or award.
You got 200 gold handed to you.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Wait. Oh, sorry. My bad. All right. Yay! It's my compatriots. Is what I think.
So she's like, "You're bringing a lot of attention to yourself."
Well, some of it couldn't be avoided. Some of us are just blessed. Specifically, those of us that have some sort of missing limb.
So,
But
yeah.
nope.
You see Cardinal Law with Dusk, and she says, "He's with you?"
Right. Yeah. He's with us.
You're
more or
friends
less.
with the son of one of the largest criminal magnates in the city? You didn't want to tell us this?
Well,
I'm looking at Watto like, why the fuck are you still talking?
so I reach into the top of the bag and I just like kind of pocket some of that for later use, and then I look at her and I say, well, sometimes to be powerful, you have to mesh with the powerful.
She kind of like tries to process what you're saying. She's like, "Keep a low profile. We'll reach out to you later tonight." And then she looks over at Cardinal Law, and Cardinal Law nods. Dusk, she kind of takes her hand off your shoulder, and she says, "We'll be seeing you." And they kind of like drift back into the crowd. We'll be in contact.
That was downright frightening. What in tarnation was that?
I don't know.
You
Gus
don't
is,
know?
well,
What's that, Gus?
inspecting the ape costume, being like, say you have magic to change into monkey.
And I look down and I realize I'm still in my costume, and I'm like, fuck, still my costume. And then I guess I use my magical tattoo pen, remove my disguise,
Before he does that, I'm going to use heat metal to fuse the zipper so he's stuck in the costume forever.
Dick.
This is
So
your life.
use this opportunity to look at
Oh, wait, I
myself.
can't use magic. No, I can't use magic. I can't use magic.
You can't.
Well,
Honestly, use this opportunity to look at myself and realize I'm still in my costume. I go, wow, I'm still in my costume.
Plus boot.
I've never felt more comfortable.
So you guys are a
Sorry, I
little. People are starting to look at the blue mandrill. Do you want to shimmy out before you change out of your costume?
Yep. Sidestep into the shadows.
So you guys see Waddle like step out of view, and then shortly, a little like unnaturally comes back in the standard garb that you know him in. So Dusk 150 gold, Waddle 1 200 gold, and Gus 1 a boot. So you guys feel like maybe you could have a conversation with Clyto back at the shop, because she said she'd only be down here for a certain amount of time.
Oh, right.
All right, I've got what I need, so I'm gonna go straight to.
Wait, you should take this. And I hand him capital to fund his transplant.
Hang on, partner. Let's see how much we can get with what I got.
Wait, are you gambling?
No, I think we could. I listen. Let's just go there and see what we can do.
Well, I mean, you could take this and you might be able to do better. You might be able to get like a fork instead of like a hook.
I'll take your money, and then I just take his money.
All right.
So now I have enough. All right, let's go.
So holding money in one good hand and like trying to prop it up with his nub, Dusk seems excited to head back to Clyto's back room operation alley. I don't know what we'll call it.
Ooh,
I like it.
sounds
Menacing.
putrid.
Velvet, the speed with which Waddle changed, like, has you curious. The way he changed seemed more than just, like, costumery.
Can I do a perception check?
Absolutely.
Brilliant.
Look at me.
Mm-hmm.
Look at you playing D&D.
Rolled a 16.
Excellent. Waddle, where was it placed? Do you remember?
Is placed in my top knot.
In your hair?
Yep, like a hairpin.
So you're kind of like as Waddle and Dusk are having this conversation, you kind of like give Waddle the one over, and you notice up in his hair, you see tattoo markings under the hair, similar to the tattoos you were just looking at.
Kyle, did you get a bad boy tattoo?
No. No.
So you've always had that bad boy tattoo, and I've just never noticed it before?
What tattoo are you talking about? I mean, I don't know what you're referring to.
You notice people around you like starting to eavesdrop into this conversation.
I want to walk over to Waddle, and I just want to sort of just grab his head with my fingers, kind of like almost like I'm massaging it. So I put my fingers on his head and just start moving it around, looking at it.
Like a primate digging through another primate's hair.
Yes, exactly.
Ticks. And grubs.
Waddle just kind of squats down and just takes it.
Imagine looking pretty grumpy though.
Waddle. Waddle, starved for touch and not used to affection, suddenly.
Into
He's
it.
a hermit. He's a hermit after all.
So yeah, Velvet, you do see
Can I investigate the symbols?
it looks like the masquerade tattoo you saw on the sheet back at the magic. But it looks like the ink's different. While like instead of like a putrid purple, it's more like a shimmery blue. Like it I don't want to say it's nicer, but it feels a little less sketchy. Like maybe he didn't get it down here.
You have a masquerade tattoo on your head. Where did this come from? What's happening? I'm alarmed. What's happening? I'm scared. What's happening? I just start yelling over and over. What's happening? What's happening?
People definitely start like, why is that lady yelling at that strange, that nipple pierced halfling?
Dude.
So Night Cloak comes back and she said, "I said keep it down."
Right.
Got it.
And I look over it and I look at her and I say, "Let the games begin."
You guys realize Dusk has like made his way up the sewer path, carrying the money, and is heading towards Clyto's alley. She's like, "Get going, keep your voice down. We'll have a conversation later. I promise. People are looking. We're after a fence right now. We have to keep our cover. Stop making noise."
Stop laughing.
Yeah, and then she kind of
Stop
like,
being weird.
I mean, like, what are you talking about? And then back into the crowd. Yeah, so Dusk, you kind of like bust into this room trying to hold all this gold. Did you take Clyto by surprise? Bado, what are you doing? Are you
Trying not to attract attention, since it's apparent that I'm with a quasi underworld celebrity and somebody else who's with some other clandestine organization, and we're all wanted. So, yeah, just trying to stay out of the way.
alrighty?
Dressed as a baby.
You guys can make stealth if you want to like stay out of the limelight. You can roll stealth checks, dexterity checks, to try to like dissipate and make sure there's no more attention drawn to you. Or you can just follow Dusk.
Let's do the stealth. Let's do the stealth stuff.
I did stealth. I have disadvantage at stealth, and I still managed to roll 2 15s. So 16 total. That's awesome for me.
Way to go.
Nice.
Yeah, so
Elephant ears and get up on their tippy toes.
Well, I unironically I rolled a 2 and I have a +4, so it's a thing.
okay. Yeah, so your Velvet's mustache starts to like peek out from under the makeup a little bit. But nobody's really paying attention to you at this point because they were trying to see who you were yelling at. Dusk, you busted in with this money. You kind of threw the money down.
I got your damn money, Clyto.
Counts it. It's like 200, 250, 300. You're a little short here.
What do you mean?
Wait, what did it? Oh, I said it was 250, huh? Right? You know what I said? For the cheapest
Yeah,
one?
and I thought, did he not get the 1,000 from the bank?
I
still,
thought you
or-
said it was 1,000 for a hand.
That's what it sounded like.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
250. You got 250. You got 350.
You took 15%. You took a 150. I had 100, so I'm 50 short. But then
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
I
why would
forgot. I forgot you got. My bad.
Don't talk him up.
so if I give him 1,000, I have 150 left,
My
which I
mistake.
can give back to.
I
Try to
What?
get a $500 hand.
I spaced. So she looks and is like, all right, your money's good. Lay down on the table and we'll get you a prosthetic hand attached. In no time jiffy. So the door sort of shuts as you see her pull out some like dingy syringes. She's like, this is going to hurt a lot. And the door shuts. The rest
It
of the
always does.
Gus, what are the rest of the party? What do you guys want to do as we start to close out the night in the night market?
Yeah. I guess we're still back in the gambling hall, right? Like
Yeah.
just down the hall. Okay, yeah. At least for Gus, I'm just fascinated by these people who keep seemingly popping out of nowhere to talk to us. Just be like, what the fuck? Like, and I'm not really being looked at, so I'm gonna roll perception just to see if I can see where the weird cat person went. I've never seen a cat person before.
Okay,
Just because I'm curious, I'm just like, what the hell was that?
sure.
I just got a 10 though.
You feel like
No.
you look and like she's exceptionally gone. Like you could have sworn
Like
you saw
freaking
her.
Man,
Like somebody walked in front of her and somehow she wasn't there again, like Buster Keaton. But as you're looking, you see in the crowd the shopkeep's head pop up, looking.
Yeah.
And so he makes a perception check looking for the group that was in his tent just before his shoe went stolen. The group that was asking about shoes just before his shoe went missing. So you are able to see before he sees you that they're looking for you. Gus.
okay. I'm gonna kind of pull on Velvet's robe a little bit and kind of duck down to alert him.
Velvet, the magic keepers are looking after you.
They're looking at me.
So Gus lets you know that the
Before you.
shopkeepers are looking for you guys because something was stolen for their shop.
Oh, okay. Okay. I don't know what we should do.
Bado, you overhear this conversation as well.
I actually was going to offer, since I was useless in figuring out a way to contribute to the funding of said hand, maybe I can use my skills to make it hurt somewhat less.
Oh, okay. So you'd like to head into the room and offer your healing services.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys see Bado make way behind Dusk to Clyto's spot. Gus and Velvet. Waddle, you heard that conversation too about the shopkeeps. You hear Gus, the little goblin, say something about people looking for them. You weren't there, so you have no idea.
Right. You think I should use this opportunity to change back?
What's that?
Yeah, what'd you say?
You think I ought to use this opportunity to like change from my disguise?
I don't know. Velvet, you see the shopkeep like make eye contact with you
Ooh.
and like squint, and then like they see your mustache, and then their eyes keep moving.
Perfect.
What's that?
I don't want to be in the alley anymore. I want to pop into a shop.
We're in Clyto's shop, right? They're just popping their heads in.
Is
So
that what's happening?
Okay, the rest of the party, after seeing they're being chased by the shopkeepers, decide they want to get out of sight for a while, and they book it towards Clyto's alley of operations. You guys kind of all snuggle into this room where Dusk is about to go under the knife and get a prosthetic hand. And now the door shuts with the rusty needle as tonight's episode, and the night market ends. So we'll call it there for tonight. Sorry it was a little loosey-goosey.
It's pretty good.
That was great.
Very good.
But now you guys have access to an underground market. The books have all sorts of guilds and organizations and opportunities down here if you ever want to explore it. And then, yeah, we'll go from there. So, Dusk is getting a prosthetic hand. Gus has one stolen magic shoe.
Technically, Velvet does. I gave it to him. But
Who has it?
Velvet.
Velvet.
I gave it to him.
He handed it to me.
It's a little soggy with sewer water, but it's his.
We'll talk about that, Velvet. We'll figure out what that boot will do for you.
Yeah.
And you guys are now aware that Waddle, something's been up with Waddle when he's been going into the city for these little excursions. And his friends would like to chat, so when we play in 2 weeks, next time we meet up, we'll see what that's about in the city of Ambrosia. Any questions?
Ambrosia.
Comments? Concerns? Critiques?
Thanks, dude. That was great.
Yeah. Thank you guys for playing.
So
Thanks everybody for watching the Internet Broadcast System. We're here every other Wednesday at 7:30 Central for some AXE+ARCANA D&D fantasy game. Thursday nights we're here with the Volcano Gaming Club playing video games, Overwatch and Rocket League. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching. Everybody go get signed up for your vaccine and wear a mask until you get your vaccine, and then afterwards for like 6 months. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later.
Good.
Bye,
See you,
everybody.
everybody.